about um, four officers, and it's asking for a police case number.
I can put you on hold to wait for an officer to talk with an officer, but I see the officer is busy now. If you can call later, it's gonna be nice because if I put you on hold, you're gonna wait for a long time.
Is there somebody I could speak to right now?
No, the officer is busy.
Which officer are you referring to?
No, the officer you need to talk to, the officer front desk officer.
From this, could you transfer me to the homicide detectives?
Sure. Okay, I'm gonna transfer you.
Homicide suspect speaking.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Omar Mohsen Ibrahim Fuad. I need some information pertaining to an attempted murder case. It's asking for names of parties involved and a police case number. I have the four officers' names and badge numbers. I need a
All right.
police case number.
Okay, let me transfer you over to the assault unit. They'll
Uh,
be out with that. Give me a second.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Um, I need some information pertaining to an attempted murder case. It's asking for a police case number and names of the parties involved. I have the
And who am I
names.
speaking?
Say that again.
Who am I speaking with?
My name is Omar Mohsen Ibrahim Fuad.
And how do you pertain to this case?
I'm the victim in this case.
Oh, okay.
It's asking for a police case number and the names of the parties involved. I have the names of the police officers involved and their badge numbers, but I need the police case number.
Oh, I need you to give me the case number in order for me to look it up.
So I filed a public records request yesterday. It's saying online open records service requested updated, and it says the number for the records request is W
Okay.
zero
I
seven.
can't, yeah, I can't look that up, but do you remember when it happened?
Yeah, it happened on August 7th, 2018. Uh,
Oh,
it was yeah August 7th, 2018 at approximately 9:19 p.m.
okay. And what information exactly is it that you're looking for? You just need the case number or you need to find something else out?
It's actually quite a bit of information. But when I filed the uh, public records request yesterday, specifically, I asked them. I say exactly what I
Mhm.
said.
You
I
you
said
you filed a public records request for the case, correct?
yes,
Okay, you have to wait for them to contact you back.
yes. So they contacted me through the email, and they asked
Mhm.
me for some pertinent information like the police case number and the officer and the names of the people involved. So I
Mhm.
have the names of the people involved. It was four officers, and then I have their
But
names and badge numbers.
But
Yeah.
I'm not records requester. This is the assault unit. You would have to contact them during their business hours and provide them that, or email them back with that information.
So I was just transferred to the assaults unit by the homicide unit.
Yeah, because you're talking about an attempted murder, so it would come through assault. They only deal with investigations after the person has passed. That's why he transferred you to me.
Yeah. So the thing is, it was an attempt. It's an attempted murder case. Um, so
No, I see.
when I asked the homicide detective to transfer me to the assault unit, he transferred me to you.
I know. He told me that he was gonna transfer me. Can you give me the proper? I'm gonna try to help you out as much as I can. Hold on a
So
second.
this is what I requested on the
I
public
know. Give me
records request.
one. Can you give me 1 second? I'm trying to grab something so I can get the proper spelling of your name.
Okay.
Spell your first name for me, please.
Omar Oscar
Mm,
Mary Alfa Romeo, OMAR.
okay.
And
OMAR and your
yeah,
last name.
so my full name on the case is Omar Mohsen Ibrahim Fuad. So first
Okay.
name,
Can you?
Os- mhm. First
I
name
got the Omar part. Give me the second part and spell it for me, please.
Mary Oscar Halo Sam Echo Nora
M S.
Mohsen
And then what goes after
Ibrahim
that?
Ibrahim India Bravo Romeo Alpha Halo India Mary Ibrahim
Hold on a second. What's your date of birth, sir?
December 14th, 1988,
88.
and my last name is Fuad F.
Give me 1 second, okay?
uh,
Oh,
Hello.
yeah. Where did you work during that time of that incident?
So I wasn't working that day. Um,
Not that
specific.
day, but around the time that the incident took place. Where were you working?
I was working at a convenience store. It's called
Do you remember?
Grab A Snack Market. It's
Okay.
in Model City, Miami.
Okay. Was it in July or August that this incident happened?
This happened on August 7th, 2018.
Okay. So what is it that you need exactly?
So I filed a public records request yesterday. I wrote, I am requesting
I
all
know, but
records.
what I'm asking you, what do you need from me so I can try to help you out? I know you filed the public records request.
So they emailed me back after I filed the public records request, and they said, "Good afternoon. No response records were located with the information provided. To properly process your request, please provide the below required information: police case number, names of parties involved. If the requested document is not received within 5 days, your request will be closed."
Okay. So what do you need me to give to you?
So they're asking for a police case number and the names of the parties involved.
I can give you the case number, but it's not an attempted murder, sir.
Um, in from whose perspective?
From the police officer's perspective, it's not an attempted murder.
No, they're lying.
The police officer's lying?
Of course, it happened to me.
What was it that happened?
What do you think happened?
I don't know. I wasn't there. That's why I'm asking you.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for asking. So I was pushed in my chest 3 times by Officer Ronnie
Mhm.
Rodriguez, badge number 42511.
Mhm.
As soon as he pushed me in my chest 3 times, I immediately put my hands in the air. I said, "Sir, could you please just call your supervisor?" Then he walked
Mhm.
away from me when I said that. So I started recording him with my camera phone. And when he saw me
Mhm.
recording him with my camera phone, that's when he said, "You want me to call a supervisor for you? I'll call a supervisor for you." And then when the supervisor arrived, who identified himself as Sergeant Edwin Gomez, and his badge number, I came to find out later on, was 2364.
Mhm.
When he arrived, I told him that Officer Ronnie Rodriguez pushed me in my chest 3 times and wasn't willing
Mhm.
to call a supervisor, and he didn't call a supervisor until I started recording him with my camera phone. And when I told him that, Officer Ronnie Rodriguez, badge number 42511, snuck up behind me, put me in a chokehold for about 15 to 20 seconds, and brought me down to my knees. And while I was on my knees with my hands in the air, he was behind me choking me for about 15 to 20 seconds. And each time I said, "I can't breathe," I said it 5 times. Each time I said, "I can't breathe," he kept squeezing my neck tighter and tighter. And then the fifth time I said, "I can't breathe," he purposely twisted my neck to the right on purpose, attempting to break my neck. And then he picked me up off my knees and body slammed me onto my left side. And then he picked me up off the ground, put me in handcuffs, put me in the back seat of the police car, and then Sergeant Edwin Gomez left after he witnessed that. And then a PRI officer arrived, a police responding to the incident officer, who was identified as PRI officer Leslie Diaz, badge number
Mhm.
40742. He arrived with Officer Albello, and they both started walking towards Officer Ronnie Rodriguez. And then Officer Albello stopped walking towards him, and then Officer Leslie Diaz continued walking towards him and confronted him and said, "So why'd you beat him up?" And then they started exchanging words for about a minute or so. And then Rodriguez started yelling at Diaz and said, "Man, let's just take this kid somewhere and beat the shit out of him some more." And then
Who
Diaz,
said that?
Rodriguez, badge number 42511, he said that
Mhm.
to Leslie to Leslie Diaz, badge number 40742. And then Diaz, 40742, told him to take me to Jackson Memorial Hospital. And then when he told him that, Rodriguez walked around to the driver's side door of his vehicle that he had me in the back seat with handcuffs on. He opened the door and he started yelling at me. And we said, "When you don't listen, you get your ass beat." And then he slammed the door and then walked back to the other side to speak to Diaz again. They were standing right on the side of the back right side passenger window. I could hear everything they were saying. They were maybe 2 feet away from the window, and I was in the back seat. And then they started exchanging words again. And then Diaz walked to the trunk of the vehicle and started filling out paperwork. And then when Diaz I mean, Rodriguez walked to the back of the vehicle and started filling out paperwork. And then when Rodriguez finished filling out the paperwork, Diaz followed behind him in a separate police vehicle while I was being transported in Rodriguez's vehicle to Jackson Memorial Hospital. We arrived at Jackson Memorial Hospital. Rodriguez walked me into like a back door of Jackson Memorial Hospital. I think it was like a psychiatric unit back door or something like that. He walked me in. He literally took like one step into the that back door, took the handcuffs off of me, turned around, and immediately left. And then they told me to change my clothes. I put on like some green scrubs, and then I tried to use the phone on the wall to call 911 to tell them what Rodriguez did to me. And they said they're going to send the rescue unit to bring me to the emergency room side of the hospital because I had several injuries to my neck, my back, my left side, my feet, and my knees. I was bleeding, and they sent the rescue team with like a gurney through that same back door. And when they entered, several people started coming out of several doors. They looked like doctors and nurses, and they started yelling at them, saying, "You can't help him! You can't help him! Get out of here!" And they scared them, and they left. And then they surrounded me. It was like 10 people. They looked like doctors and nurses. They surrounded me, and they forced me into a little room, and they told me to pull my pants down. And they said they're gonna inject me with something that's gonna make me go to sleep. And I said, no, I don't consent to that. I don't trust anything like that.
I'm
And
waiting for the attempted murder part. I
I,
didn't hear anything that sounds like attempted murder.
you got to be kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding you. I'm being
So
serious.
in all actuality, if I choke you for 15 to 20 seconds and then I twist your neck to the right and then pick you up and body slam you on your left side, I'm not attempting to murder you.
Okay, but you're talking about a case where a police officer went out, or that you're saying that the police officer tried to kill you?
That's
Is that
exactly
what you're
what I
saying?
just said. Yes.
Then I'm not the person that you need to be speaking to.
Well, I wouldn't know that. I spoke to a homicide detective and I explained
The
to him.
homicide detective has nothing to do with it. He doesn't even know what exactly was it that you needed, so he's out of the picture.
But
But
when I
if you
explained to him, when I
if you
explained to him,
feel that a police officer tried to kill you in 2018 and we're now in 2026, it doesn't seem like you had any urgency because it's been almost 10 years.
no, trust me, I haven't abandoned the case at all. Problem is I've been maliciously harassed ever since I reported the case, and
By
then
who?
by my opposing counsels and their friends and random people.
Who's the opposing count?
I just told you, the city of Miami
So you're saying
Police
that you're being
Department.
harassed, you're being harassed by police officers?
Some of them, several of the incidences, I saw several
Correct. But
familiar faces.
what I'm
Some people
asking
were new
you,
faces, but
you're
it's all
saying
the same type
police
of
officers.
harassment.
In what way is a police officer harassing you?
My phone has been unethically hacked during, before, and after. I'm trying to
How do you
accomplish
know is a police officer doing that?
because the way that they're harassing me, it's only possible that somebody with
No,
resources of
it
police
could be
officers are able to harass
negative.
me to that
It could
extent.
be somebody that doesn't like you and you're blaming a police officer for that.
Yeah,
You
I don't.
can't make
There's not
accusations
much
like
people
that.
that don't like me.
You do
I don't have
understand that
friends.
false reports is illegal and you could be arrested for that.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I've reported it over 100 times, and I've never been arrested because I'm not lying. I have clear and convincing evidence proving my complaint far beyond a reasonable doubt. Plus, it was already proven in another court with another judge, the Honorable Judge Alvin Belent Jr., and he said it's an uncontested fact at this hearing that Omar was beaten by the police. The doctors even saw signs of bruising.
Were you Baker acted that day?
Yeah, they Baker acted me to try to cover it up. And then Rodriguez, badge number 42511, he falsified the police report so he wouldn't get in trouble. And he wrote Omar was transported Omar was transported to Jackson Memorial Hospital because he was walking into traffic, which is a lie. And then I'm
That
talking
has nothing to do with us. You do understand that passerbys call the police to let us know these things. A police officer doesn't make things up like that, and we have body worn camera.
passers-by. You
A
said
passerby.
so in this situation, are you saying a passerby called and said that, or you?
That's not what I said. I didn't say
Oh,
it
okay.
in this situation. I said in certain situations, passerbys do contact the police and let them know if there's a random person walking in the middle of the street in front of vehicles. For that, you will get Baker acted. And if
Yeah,
you
but this
hit
is
a police officer, you will get hit back.
yeah, but this isn't that situation, and nor did I
I
hit
don't
the
know. I
police
wasn't
officer.
there.
So exactly what happened is exactly what I told you, literally. And when I was explaining to Sergeant Edwin Gomez, I was
Mhm.
perfectly calm, talking to him very calmly. My hands were to my side, and then literally as soon as I told him that Officer Ronnie Rodriguez,
Give me
badge
one
number four.
second. Oh. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, so as soon as I told him, Officer Ronnie Rodriguez, badge number 42511, pushed me in my chest 3 times and wasn't willing to call the supervisor. Immediately, Rodriguez retaliated against me. He put me in a chokehold, twisted my neck. He put me in a chokehold for 15 to 20 seconds, very aggressive, tight chokehold. And he
Uh-huh.
brought me down to my knees, and I had my hands in the air saying, I can't breathe. I said it 5 times. Each time, my voice was less and less loud. Like, for example, I
Okay.
can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. The 5th time I said I couldn't breathe, he twisted my neck to the right on purpose, attempting to break my neck. Then he picked me up off my knees and body slammed me onto my left side.
Okay.
And then
So,
when I was at
did you
the
try to report this after you got out of the hospital?
so when I went to Jackson Memorial Hospital
No. Listen
after I
to the
called
question.
911.
Listen to me. Did you try to report this after you got out of the hospital, or you waited almost 10 years to try to report it now?
No. I called 911 the second time from the emergency room after I woke up from the injection that they injected me with. And I
Mhm.
used the same phone. I called 911 again, and they said, okay, they said, this time we're going to send the internal affairs to the emergency room. Then they sent an internal affairs detective, and he
Mhm.
had 2 female Latin detectives with him. I don't know their
Okay.
names though, but the male detective, he had the same last name as Officer Ronnie Rodriguez, but he had his first name was Eric Rodriguez, ERIC.
Mhm.
Detective Internal Affairs Detective Eric Rodriguez, and he took pictures of several visible injuries, fresh wounds on my body caused by Officer Ronnie Rodriguez, badge number 42511. And then he told the doctors to do X-rays and CT scans and MRIs. So they did all that stuff, and then they had me there for 10 days from August 7th to August 17th. And then
They had you at the hospital Baker acted for 10 days?
yeah, and then the 10th day that I was there, we had a court hearing with the Honorable Judge Alvin Belent Jr., a prosecutor named Prosecutor Lourdes, and then
Mhm.
2 public defenders that they had there to help me, named
Mhm.
Julianne D. Maria and Hugh Keoth. And they
Okay.
and they proved that I didn't do anything wrong, I didn't break any laws, and I was beaten up by the police. And Judge Alvin Belent Jr., he agreed and he acknowledged
Okay.
that, and he said it's an uncontested fact at this hearing that Omar was beaten up by the police, and doctors even saw signs of bruising. And he told him to release me
Can
from
I
that.
ask you, Omar, can I ask you something?
Sure, why not?
What is your final determination that you're looking for here?
I need
Aside from information, what is it that you're looking for? Are you looking for restitution? Are you looking for the officers to get in trouble? Do you need to talk to IA again?
I'll
What is
be
it
I'll
that
be
you're
honest
looking
with you. It's ruined the quality of me and my family's life, and it's made my mother cry several
for? But
times.
you're not answering my question because we've been on the phone for almost 22 minutes and I need to know exactly what is it that you're looking for in order for me to help you because I've already listened to you for 22 minutes. I need to know what you need because you're
Well,
not telling me what you need. You're just telling me a story.
no. Well, I'm telling you pertinent information to the attempted murder case. In all actuality, like I was saying, it's ruined the quality of me and my family's life. I need
What do
that
you want me to
back.
do with that information?
Oh, well, you're asking me a simple question as if we're having a casual conversation. I'm explaining the situation to you. I mean, if you're
I am
litigating the
not
case,
having,
then that's
I'm not
different.
having a casual conversation with you. I'm a professional. This is not a casual conversation.
No, well, you asked it in a casual manner. I mean, if you're litigating the case, that's different.
I'm
Like,
not litigating the case. I'm speaking to you in a professional manner. I'm not litigating anything. I wasn't there. I don't know what happened. I don't have the case number, so I'm not able to read the facts.
well,
I'm not able to read footage. I'm not able to see footage, review body worn camera, so I can't say who was at fault.
so well, everything I'm telling you is 100% true, and it's very serious. It's not just it didn't just go as far as Officer Ronnie Rodriguez attempting to murder me.
What do
They
you need
literally.
to do? What would you like for how would you like this conversation to end?
Well, I mean, I asked you specifically for some information
I
that
don't
they
have it.
asked me for.
No, it didn't come.
No, I don't know. It automatically stopped recording. I have an iPhone.
Yeah,
I
you
had to
do
press the
realize
button
that
again.
it's illegal. You do realize that it's illegal to record the call without the other person's consent.
No, I'm talking to the police department. This isn't just some random
Correct.
person on the street.
Correct. But you still have to advise when you are recording a call. Anytime that you are recording a phone call without the other person's consent is illegal.
No, that's not in this type of situation. I'm recording for my
Yeah,
safety.
no, it isn't this type of situation because I'm not threatening you. I'm not yelling at you. I'm not calling you out of your name. I'm asking you for information. I'm trying to figure out what it is that you need. And what you're trying to do is to try to get me upset, which is not going to happen because I have a lot
Trust
of
me,
patience.
the last thing I want to do is get you upset or any of your police officer friends upset. I mean, I've been harassed since I reported this case, and they literally shut down the courthouse and they shut down the government after I tried to file suit, and they said it's a coronavirus pandemic. And ever since I've been trying to obtain monetary relief from this case.
What?
I literally had to
Okay,
move to
I'm not going to
Tallahassee
continue.
for my safety.
Okay, it sounds like you need a counselor or therapy if you want to continue talking about it. I'm not going to be that person for you.
No, no,
What do you
I
need from me? I
already,
don't have
I
a case number
already,
for you.
I
I do not
already.
have an attempted. Stop talking. Stop talking over me. I do not have an attempted murder case under your name. I only have several times that you have been arrested and Baker acted. That's all I have. I do not have an attempted murder case under your name from 2018.
It's I'm looking at something that says. Hold on a second. I'll tell you what it says. A CAD incident search with incident details. It says incident number 18080700.
I don't deal with incident numbers, sir. This is the felony unit. I don't deal with incidents. I deal with real felony crimes.
Well, this is a real felony case.
No, it's not. Nothing comes up with your name on it. There is no attempted murder with your name on it.
Yeah, because they don't want to get in trouble for it. I'm telling you
Okay,
what
then I
happened.
can't help you. I can't help you. You need to seek counseling. I'm not going to continue talking to you. Have a good night.
Hold on a second.
To what?
The attempted murder assaults unit, police brutality unit,
You say assault? Okay.
or police brutality unit. I'm not sure what the name of it is at this point.
Okay. You have to call. Okay. If you want to complain, you got to complain for an officer. You got to call. Let me see. Okay. You have to call internal affairs.
Yeah, I already did that. Could you transfer me to the assaults unit, please?
Okay. Okay. I will.
You have reached the City of Miami Police Department's assault unit. If you could please provide us with your case number, your name, and your detective name, as well as your phone number, we will return your call.
Record your message at the
Is there a direct number to the assault unit? Because they didn't answer
No,
the phone.
that's the number I transfer you, sir.
Uh, so is there a direct number? Because they didn't call. I mean, they didn't answer when I called.
Okay, you need the number?
Yeah.
Okay, 305
Mm-hmm.
603
Mm-hmm.
6940.
Could you transfer me again, please?
Okay.
If you could please provide us with your case number, your name, and your detective name, as well as your phone number, we will return your call.
Yes, the homicide unit, please.
Okay.
Homicide success speaking.
Good afternoon, sir. Is there a supervisor I could speak to in reference to an attempted murder case? Yeah, I was just speaking to somebody at the assaults unit. She sounded
Hmm.
like a Latin woman, but she was irate and she just ended up hanging up the phone on me.
Okay.
Which is it's a problem in this situation because I'm the victim and I need some pertinent information.
All right. Question. I overheard the conversation. Now, this is involving officers. Did you make a internal affairs complaint?
Yeah, but the thing is, they tried to cover it up also.
So if you did that and you're speaking of cover-ups, then there's nothing we could do for you.
Well, there is. It's just some simple information that I need.
Nah, it's not. It's not as simple as you're saying. Because if you did go that route, we wouldn't be having this conversation. I'm gonna just be straight up real with you.
Yeah, so it sounds that easy, but it's really not because they didn't make it that easy for me because they didn't want the officer to get in trouble, obviously. So I had to, kind of just be tactical about the situation. And so the pertinent information that I'm asking for is a police case number and the names of the parties involved because that's what the open records request department's asking me for. So
Okay, question. You're the victim in this case.
yes,
All right. And were you arrested?
yes.
All right. So you should have a case number. Yes or no?
Yeah, but so here's the thing. When they arrested me, they had me in like some kind of hospital jail setting for 10 days, and then the 10th day, we had a court hearing with the Honorable Judge Alvin Billent Jr. and a prosecutor named Prosecutor Lourdes and two public defenders that they assigned to help me, and they proved that I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't break any laws, and I was beaten up by the police, and the judge acknowledged that. He put that in writing. He said it was an uncontested fact at this hearing that Omar was beaten up by the police, and the doctors even saw signs of bruising. And they released
Oh,
me from that hospital jail setting, and
okay.
I wasn't.
And you had an attorney, correct?
They assigned two public defenders, Julian D. Maria and Hugh Keoth.
Okay. Now, have you reached out to them to get the case number?
So when I reached out to them, I wasn't able to get in contact with them, and then their representatives or somebody at their department because they work for the state, and they said that they don't work in that department anymore or something like that. They're
Okay.
like government attorneys or something.
Okay. And the representative was not able to help you with that?
No.
Okay, that's interesting because I mean you're saying that you were arrested,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Okay, so did you went that route as far as requesting it from the public defender's office?
y- yeah. I called them specifically because I went through this whole situation already, and I couldn't find anybody to help me. So I said, you know what? Let me try to reach out to those same public defenders. And when I reached out to their office, they weren't willing to help me.
Okay, all right. So you say you want
So that's what I was saying. I had to get tactical with this situation. So I filed a public records request, and I'm waiting on the narrative reference photographs that the internal affairs detective Eric Rodriguez, same last
hmm
name as Officer Ronnie Rodriguez, who attempted to murder me and caused several injuries to my upper and lower extremity. Latin female officers, Latin female detectives, and they took pictures of the injuries on my body. So I put in a public records request for those photos. I paid some money through a money order. My father did. Who
hmm
My father retired from the Broward Sheriff's Office after 30 years of service. His name is Mohsen Foued. He sent them a money order, and we're waiting for the photographs to arrive. And then I had to put another public records request in, specifically for some other pertinent information, um, the investigative file and all that stuff. And it's when I put that public records request in yesterday, they emailed me back, thankfully, and they said um, they need the police case number and the names of the parties involved. So I know the names of the parties involved, and I know their names and badge numbers. But when I wrote them, I said I am requesting all records related to an incident involving Officer Ronnie Rodriguez, badge number 42511, and Sergeant Edwin Gomez, badge number 2364, on August 7, 2018, at approximately 9:30 p.m. near 302 US 41 Southwest 3rd Avenue and Southwest 7th Street in Miami, Florida. This includes, but is not limited to, all body-worn camera footage for all officers present, all internal affairs records, including complaints, investigations, findings, and photographs taken at Jackson Memorial Hospital, all photographs documenting injuries taken on August 7, 2018, all incident reports, arrest reports, and supplemental reports, all 911 call recordings made from Jackson Memorial Hospital, all dispatch and CAD logs
Okay,
related to
sir,
the
sir, sir,
incident,
sir,
all.
sir. I'm gonna have to stop you right there. I don't need to hear the whole thing. All
Yeah.
right. So from what you're asking for is what exactly?
So what I asked for several things that I mentioned to you, and a handful of other things. Um,
What do you need? What are you looking for?
so specifically, the things that I mentioned to you already,
No,
and then
what are they? What
surveillance
are they?
dash
Because
cam.
you said a lot
Pre-
of stuff, so
yeah,
that's what I'm trying to figure out. What exactly?
yeah.
Like
So
I need
so
you to say. I don't need you to say that you
pretty
told me
much
already. I
the
need
pretty much the
what
entire
it is.
investigative file. And when I asked them for that public records request, they responded at 7:49 a.m. today,
Okay.
and it said, "Good afternoon. No response records were located with the information provided. To properly process your request, please provide the below required information: police case number, names of parties involved." So they're asking for those two things: the police case number and the names of the parties involved. And then it says, if the requested document is not received within 5 days, your request will be closed out.
Okay. So you're saying that you had a report. Um, you need a report. You don't have the case number, but you were arrested. Correct. Did you
Yeah.
give them your name, and then they were able to locate a case number for you? Like, cause I'm kind of confused. Because
Say, hold
I
on.
did hear that you mentioned
What?
earlier
Hold
that
on.
you was looking
Say
for
that
badge
again. What are you
numbers.
confused about? So I could clarify.
Because you said that you were arrested, and that did you ever actually put in a request to get that report? That based off of your name.
Yeah, from when we had the court hearing.
Yes,
Yeah,
you should have had a case number at least. If not a case number, you should have at least had a state case number, something to
yeah.
say you
Mm-hmm.
were arrested.
Yeah, I have it right
So
here. I have it right here in
uh,
front of me. Hold on one second. I'll tell you
so
exactly what it said.
you have the arrest report.
It didn't have an arrest report. It just has like a probate case number, and it has like the what the judge said, what I mentioned to you, and then he
No,
signed off on it.
I'm talking about as far as the number as far as your arrest report. So whatever arrest you was when you were arrested, you should have had at least be given a arrest report with a case number on it for the city of Miami, if it happened in the city of Miami, and then you should have been able to provide that too, so you could make that request.
Yeah, so I they didn't give me a police report number, but I have like a printout from when I went to the city of Miami Police Department, and I was complaining about the same thing, and then a officer there wrote on a like a post-it note, like a pink post-it note. She wrote assault, and then she wrote 305-603-6940, and then
Hmm.
she they printed out. It says printed by badge number 42548. Incident report, printed date and time. It says August 28th, 2018 at 4 p.m. And then it says City of Miami Police Department, 400 Northwest 2nd Avenue, Miami, Florida, 305-579-6111. And then it says report number 18080900600645. And then it says entered by Eric Rodriguez, entered on August 21st, 2018 at 8:12 a.m. And then it says incident location 311 Southwest 7th Street. And then it says occurred on August 9th, 2018, 4:55 to 1 p.m. And then it says narrative responding to JMH reference photographs, which is when he was which is when I said he came to the emergency room at Jackson Memorial Hospital and took pictures of the injuries on my body. That's what
Hmm.
that's what that narrative responding to JMH reference photographs is
And
pertaining
who
to.
made that? Who wrote that narrative?
Say that again.
Who wrote that narrative?
Uh, Detective Eric Rodriguez, the internal affairs detective that took the pictures of the injuries on
Hmm.
my body.
Okay.
But they're
And
asking for.
did you request that information from Internal Affairs?
Yeah, yeah. But the thing is, they try to cover it up
No, but you're assuming that they're covering it. Or how are you making that assumption? How are you coming to that conclusion?
because I still haven't been properly paid, and I'm still waiting for pertinent information. And like I
What do
was
you mean
saying to you,
properly paid?
say that again.
What are you talking about as far as being properly paid? What are you
So
speaking of?
like, okay, for example, I'm not saying I'm going to do this to you, but if I put you in a chokehold for 15 to 20 seconds and then twist your neck to the right on purpose, attempting to break your neck, then I pick you up and I body slam you your left side onto the concrete, and you have several injuries because of that to your upper and lower extremities, injuries that you've been suffering from for several years, and it's ruined the quality of your life. It's ruined the quality of your family's life.
Hmm.
Okay, and
But what is that? What do you
so
mean by
hold on, hold on.
what does that have to do with you
Here,
getting paid?
the point I'm trying to make is, I'm not saying I'm going to do that to you. I'm not saying I would
No,
want
no,
to do
no,
that
no,
to you. But the
no, no,
point I'm
no,
trying to
I
make
know,
is,
I know, I know, I know, I know. But
let's
sir,
hold on a
sir,
second. The point I'm trying to make
sir,
is,
sir, hold on, sir, because I'm trying to help you. But what
no, no,
you're
I
saying is
know, but
not making because you're going from it's being covered up to now you're being um now you haven't been paid. So
yeah. So what I mean is,
I kind of need you to get to
yeah,
the point, honestly,
yeah, yeah. So
because you're
could
kind
I
of
finish
rambling off. So I want you to like kind of like
on
stay on
topic?
point, but at least get straight to the point. if you don't mind.
Yeah, okay, so traditionally, right? If that happened to you, right? God forbid it happens to you or anybody else. If that happened to you, you would arrest that person or somebody would arrest that person that did that to you. Obviously, right? Traditionally, that's what would happen. And then that person would be arrested and then they would have to pay restitution and, they would be properly paid, right?
I mean, did you make a lawsuit?
Yeah, but they tried to cover it up. That's the thing.
No, no, no. But you're asking to get paid, but you have to actually sue somebody to get paid. I'm confused on that part.
So, okay, there's something called victim services, right? At the state attorney's office.
Hmm.
They they make sure that the victim is given restitution and is properly paid in the situations. I
Okay.
tried to take that route, they tried to cover it up. So
The
I
state
tried to
attorney tried to cover it up.
say that again.
The state attorney tried to cover it up.
Yeah, the state attorney's office.
So the
And
state attorney and attorney affairs try to cover it up.
yes, and they're still trying to cover it up. And literally, when I tried to file suit in the Miami-Dade County Courthouse, they shut down the courthouse and they shut down the government and they said it's a coronavirus pandemic. And then they
Okay.
started maliciously harassing me even more than they already were after I reported it. And I literally had to move to Tallahassee, Florida for my safety. That's where I am now. And I'm still injured. I'm still suffering from those same injuries. And I still haven't been properly paid.
So,
That's that's
I
very
mean,
serious.
okay. Now I hear what you're saying. Now question is 8 years later, have you tried to do anything else since then?
So
Since the government
I
opened up?
haven't I have not abandoned the case. So the case qualifies for something called equitable tolling, which removes statutes of limitations, if there even is any statute of limitations on cases on this case, because it's a very special and serious case. It involves a government employee injuring somebody and
Hmm.
then trying to cover it up.
But I'm asking but why did it take 8 years for you to start making this request?
No,
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
it didn't take 8 years. I've been trying to obtain monetary relief for 8 years, and they've been trying to cover it up for 8 years. Is what I'm saying.
So, well, as far as any lawsuits, why haven't you tried to do that since the government opened up? Since you said it was closed
I
when you
did.
tried to.
I did that. I filed lawsuit. I filed the suit originally in Miami at the
Okay.
Miami-Dade County Courthouse in September of 2018. This happened
And
in
did you
August 2018.
try to come in person to make that request in the city of Miami Police Department?
Yes. Yeah. We had a court hearing with the Honorable Judge Spencer Eig in courtroom 505. I presented him a, s- a CD-ROM with a hundred different exhibits of evidence um, pertaining to the documentation that I was reading to you from the court hearing from the Honorable Judge Ivan Blinn Jr. proving the case already, and then the other documentation, like for example the incident report.
Sir, hold on, sir. I have to call you right back. Hold on.
Miami Police, Sergeant Sanchez.
Good afternoon. Is this the homicide unit?
Yes, it is.
Yes. There's some information that I need pertinent to an attempted murder case. I
That
was
you need?
Yeah. So I put in a public records request,
Okay.
and they emailed me back asking for some pertinent information, and
Okay.
it says
The individual that deals With the public record request is here in the morning. So if you had submitted a public record request, I encourage you to call in the morning time when they could help you out with this request. At this moment, we won't be able to help you out with a public record request.
No, it's I already did the public records request. It's just they're asking me. They're saying they need the
Again,
police case number and the names of the parties involved. So I know the names of the parties involved
okay.
and their
Again,
names and badge numbers.
not a
And
problem. We'll be able to help you out. When you call in the morning time and you deal with the individual that handles the public record request. Knowing that you have a public record request and you're trying to get information, that's not a problem. The appropriate time to call is when they're working, not after they have left. And right now, as a supervisor, I could tell you I have nobody to help you out with your request. And we,
so
we usually don't provide information over the phone. It's either in person or through email through the public record request. So you may be asking for information or trying to help out. I recommend that you call in the morning when the individual's here to help you out with that request.
it's
Okay?
something that you could easily find out real quick. So it's just a police case number on the case. So the case is an incident report number. It's 180807.
Okay, and what are you trying to find out, sir? You're giving a case number. What is it that you need help with? What information
So
or training you seek?
they're asking for a police case number. I don't have a police case number. I have an incident number from from the internal affairs detective Eric Rodriguez.
Okay.
It says 1808
Okay, that's the
0.
case number.
Say that again.
That would be the case number. The incident number and the case number are something that we could track down to assist you with your information.
Okay, so I have the incident report number
Hmm.
from internal affairs
So just
detective Eric Rodriguez.
but this is not internal affairs. This is homicide.
Yeah, I know. The thing is, the internal affairs tried to cover it up also. That's why I'm trying to get help from like the best people there, who I'm assuming will help me, because it's a very serious situation. And
Well, if it's something that is dealing with internal affairs, I recommend. I mean, they have people that not only if you think somebody's trying to cover it up in internal affairs, I recommend that you try to talk to a supervisor there. And
I
if you
did.
can't talk to a supervisor, then talk to the commander or the major, or talk to them in person.
Yeah, I
That's the
try
best
to.
way to deal with it because at this point, since there's concerns for inappropriate behavior, and internal affairs is the one to go to. The only thing I could tell you is FDLE. If you don't feel comfortable that our department is assisting you in the appropriate way, you could either contact the state attorney's office. They have a public corruption unit, or you could contact FDLE.
Yeah, I did all that. I even went as
Okay.
far as trying to speak to the chief of police, Manny
Mhm.
Morales, and they all literally they all tried to cover it up. So I had to kind
Well,
of get tactical with the situation. So
yeah.
I filed a public records request.
Okay.
I'm obtaining the narrative reference photographs and from the internal affairs detective who came
Mhm.
to the emergency room and took the pictures of the injuries on my body
Okay.
caused by another officer named Officer Ronnie Rodriguez, has the same last name as the internal affairs detective that took the pictures of the injuries. And the now I'm asking for the investigative file, the entire investigative file. So when I put that public
Well, that
records
would
request
be
in,
if it's an internal affairs investigation. It would be internal affairs that would have investigated that, not us.
yes, that's the thing though. They're trying to cover it up.
Okay.
So that's why when I'm filing this second public records request for the entire
I,
investigative file, they emailed me back and they said that
okay.
they need the police case number and the names of the parties involved. So I have the names of the parties involved and their names and
All
badge
right.
numbers, but
Well,
the police case number is what I'm trying to find out because they're saying if the requested document is not received within 5 days, your
mhm.
request will be closed out. So
All right.
I'm trying
No,
to
but that's not a problem. I mean, just go ahead and contact whoever emailed you. Contact them in the morning. They usually work till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So give them a call in the morning, and they should be able to help you out with this request. Especially if it's an internal affairs file, I could tell you here in homicide we wouldn't have access to it. Okay, so I apologize for that, and I wish you luck on your. Hopefully everything is resolved.
yeah, I don't need luck. I need people to stop breaking the law.
All right, sir. So call tomorrow in the morning, and they should be able to help you out.
Hey,
I'm
what's
not
your
sure.
name, sir?
My name is Sergeant Fabio Sanchez.
How do I say it?
Sanchez, Sanchez.
But you stay strong and take care of yourself, Mr. Sanchez.
I appreciate it, sir. All right.
Assalamu
Take care.
alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.